Hi Churchville families and students, Mrs. Thomas here, and today is Think About It Thursday. We're going to have fun doing some research today. I have 3 ideas for you. First, you could go online and do your research online, and I have a website that you could go to. It is called kidsnationalgeographic.com. Let me show you how to use that website. So, this is the website I was telling you about, kidsnationalgeographic.com. This website also works well on a phone. So the website has great articles, photos, videos, and games. I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to choose animals and move over here. I'm going to choose mammals. When I scroll down, take a look at what mammals they have. I'm going to research the African elephant. And then you can see, again, the photos and the article you can read. And if you scroll all the way down, there ends up being a video. And I watched that video about the African elephants, and I took notes. And here are my notes, boys and girls, on the African elephant. Then what I did, I took a piece of copy paper and I folded it in half, and I used my scissors and I cut along the fold, and I end up with 2 long rectangles, and I put those together and I fold those again. I'm making a booklet, and I did 3 staples. So now I want to show what I learned about the African elephant. So here is my finished booklet. I turned it into a riddle. It says, "What animal am I?" by Mrs. Thomas. I eat a lot of trees each day. I live in Africa. I have very large ears. I am the largest living animal on land. I use my trunk to make sounds. What animal am I? And on the back, an African elephant. Another idea I have for doing research is you might have in your house non-fiction books, and I chose this one about sharks. I really am very interested in sharks. I started learning about them a couple years ago, and I just cannot get enough about them. For some of you, I've told you that before in class. So what I did is I read about sharks, and this book tells me a lot about the bodies of sharks and what their teeth are like, their skeleton. We have a diagram here and other information, or you could have someone read a book to you. And as I was reading, I was pausing and I took notes, and I have a web here, and it says facts about a shark body. Then I took my ideas on the web, from my web, and I made a paragraph. And I just used lined paper and wrote a paragraph called A Shark's Body. And what I did is then I cut out the paragraph from the lined paper, and then I drew a shark at the bottom on another piece of copy paper and just colored in with crayons. And I glued this lined paper, my paragraph, on top. That's the second way I thought you could do research. My third idea is you could do research by conducting an interview. So an interview is where you ask someone questions about a topic that they know a lot about. And you can interview your family at home, or you could call a family member or a friend. And what you should do before you start the interview, what I did was I came up, this is my finished one, but at first, before I started the interview, I came up with questions that I wanted to ask my family member, and I chose to interview one of my daughters. I chose to interview Lauren, and I interviewed to find out what she knows about soccer, since that is her favorite sport. And I wrote down 5 questions, and I left a lot of empty space. And then I started asking her these questions and I took my notes. What I did next is I took another piece of copy paper and folded it in half one time. This is going to be my booklet, my book. And I took my notes from my interview and I wrote a paragraph sharing my research about soccer from what I learned from my daughter, Lauren. Let me go back to the beginning. Here I made it a cover page. It says, "For the Love of Soccer, an interview with Lauren Thomas by Mrs. Thomas." I wrote my paragraph and I did an illustration. Boys and girls, that's just some ways I thought of to do research. I'm sure you can think of other ways, and I cannot wait to see what you researched today. Please take some pictures and send them to us. Have a great day. Thank you.